So here we are, once again looking at major scales, and this time how you form chords from the major scale. Now we are going to talk about triads. They're called triads because there are 3 notes in them, tri. And triad chords are all your basic chords here, like C, F, A minor, etc., etc. They've only got 3 different notes. Yes, there are more strings involved, but these just double certain notes. There's no more than 3 different notes in there. So how are these triads formed? Well, they are formed by taking a root note, in this case we're in C, and then playing the 3rd note above that. So if you think about the major scale we did last week, the 3rd note is going to be 4 frets above. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it's 2 plus 2, if you go back to how the major scale was formed, if you don't know what I'm talking about. So that's the 3rd note. And then another 3rd above that. So it's the 5th note, which in the case of C would be G, or the open G there. So the recipe for all of these triads that are formed on the major scale is just 1, 3, 5. It's quite simple. It's tricky to have all the information in the different keys and to work it out, but the theory itself is very simple. So here, look, in C, 1, 3, 5. And then when you add the rest of the standard C chord here, you've got a 1 and a 3. So you're just doubling the 1 and the 3. If we go to G, you've got G is the 1, B is the 3, D is the 5, and then the chords here, G is 1, B is 3, and then you got 1 again. So you've got 3 lots of G in this chord. And so on. You can work your way up each of the scales and just take a 3rd. I think it helps if you write down the note names in the scale. Let's take C as an example. And you've got the C major is C, E, G, 1, 3, 5. The next chord starts on a D, and it would be D, F, A. So if we wanted to keep it all on the same strings, look, we play it up here. From the C to the D. And then you can move on up the neck or across the strings, however you want to do it, to form all the other chords. So from the D minor, E minor, the 4th is an F major, G, A minor. Now this 7th one is a special chord. It's a diminished chord. So in the case of C, it will be B, D, F. You can play it here as well. Then back to C. Playing the chords like this is what's called the root position, which means that the root is on the bottom of the chord. So it's C, 1, 3, 5. And you can play all of the chords in that position. Of course, normally they're mixed up and you don't play them all in exactly the same sequence. I hope that kind of makes sense to you. I'm getting a little bit confused towards the end. But there we go. That's how the chords are formed on a major scale. So you can form chords from any major scale. See you all again next time.